that the Dutch people likes to garden. Everything that Dutch is identical with flowers.
Oh, well, first of all, I married a Dutch man.
Oh, wow.
And apart from that, living there, but there's so much beautiful culture about Dutch people and, the Netherlands.
Yes.
So, a lot.
Yes.
I should elaborate. Tulips, of course, and fabulous food. But my favourite thing, I think, whilst living in Holland was cycling along the canals to work, not in a car, being really fit and just beautiful natured people. I think they're very similar to us Aussies, and that's what I think the connection comes from.
Just from Indonesia, and I just hear that when we hear about Dutch, it's also we will remember about the tulips and also beautiful garden, everything.
I speak a little bit, not a lot, but enough to get by in Holland. But they don't want to speak Dutch to me, they want to practice their English. So so you find you're speaking English a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you guys wear clogs and you dance, and there's tulips and Dutch pancakes. I love Dutch pancakes, so yeah.
It's also with their windmill.
Can I say it? Oh, gezellig, ja. Gezellig is een leuke woord, ja. Yeah.
We had to wait about half an hour in the line, but we finally got them and they're really good.
They're very friendly and also.
Oh, look, I think croquettes, poppetjes, oliebollen, is that what they're called at Christmas time? Probably, I can't even...
Cheese?
Oh, of course, yeah. Old cheese, new cheese. Yeah, there's so many.
300 years back, Dutch people came to India and they introduced the Dutch culture in India.
There's sort of their history where they've gone around the world, and I've been to countries where they have been around the world as well. As I said, Jakarta, they've left an influence, and of course South Africa, because Jan van Riebeeck went there in 15. Jan van Riebeeck.
1650.
So he came there to Cape and he started, a whole different country, and Afrikaans, which came from the Dutch. So.
Well, I know they're very tall and they love their cheese, especially the Gouda ones.
They're very precise. They have a certain sense of humour, which is slightly different.
And I have a couple of friends, Dutch people. They're very nice people. I love their food. I love their sports.
Cycling, very flat country. Tulips, dikes, windmills, of course, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Cheese. Oh, cheese. Of course, the cheese, the Gouda cheese.
Cheese, yes.
The beautiful cheeses.
Hello, what do you know about Dutch people? Do you like the cheese?
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful Heineken beer.
Yes.
And the Dutch people love to party and drink and be merry, and they're full of fun.
Yes.
And because we come from South Africa, originally we can understand some of the Dutch words because they're very similar to Afrikaans.
That's right. Yeah. Robbertjie is baie mooi.
Vandag het ek dit baie geniet.
Ja.
Yeah, it's a family tradition. All of my brothers and sisters have done it, all my cousins have done it. We've all got dressed in our traditional Dutch costumes from Volendam region. We put the clogs on, the big baggy pants and the jacket and the big tall hat. Many of my friends would pick on us because we wear these funny costumes. We had lots of fun experiences. In particular, there's always one that stands out in at least my brothers and sisters' memories, and that's catching the people that would jump the fence, who hadn't paid the ticket price. So we would run down to them in our clogs. You can imagine running in clogs, we'd clomp, clomp, clomp. And we would catch up to them and ask the people, where are your tickets? Where are your tickets? And they would they would say, oh, we gave them to someone else, but the trick was that we didn't actually issue tickets in those days, so we knew that those people were lying, so we kindly escorted them to the gate to either purchase a ticket or to head on home. So yeah, many fond memories.
Paul, you've got a Dutch background. Have you ever been to Holland?
I have, yes. I've only been once, believe it or not. I have my own little mini Holland here, so I almost don't need to go. But a couple of years ago, my wife and I, we travelled to the Netherlands. We wanted to see the areas where my grandparents were from. Both my grandparents were from the area around Beverwijk. Hopefully I've said that correctly.
Yes, Beverwijk.
Yeah. Beverwijk, yeah. It's difficult to get your tongue around some of those. And we travelled down to Volendam also, because that area was obviously significant to my grandparents, because that's where a lot of our costumes are from people that wore them in those areas. And so my grandfather's family were farmers. They would grow flowers and bulbs and sell them at the markets and so forth. And we saw where their old farm was. It got blown up in the war as well, incidentally. And we saw my grandmother's old house as well, where she grew up. Her family were bulb traders, so they didn't have as much land. They had their sheds in the house. So that was nice to experience that. And we also went to the world famous Tulip Festival of Keukenhof. You couldn't not go to the Netherlands, and especially being a tulip lover, and not experience, what that was all about. And that was truly amazing. This is not a patch on that, so I recommend if anyone was to go to the Netherlands, definitely go to Keukenhof if you haven't already been. So.
If you don't want to miss the tulips in bloom in the Netherlands, the best time of year would be mid-April to early May. The most well-known tulip growing area in the Netherlands is Sassenheim, just north of Leiden in the province of South Holland. Within this area is the tiny village of Lisse, which is home to the Keukenhof Gardens. What does your job involve here at Tesselaar?
I'm the managing director, so I've taken over from my father and my mother, and now it's myself and my wife's turn to run the family business and run the Tulip Festival. So there's two parts to our business. One is the Tulip Festival, which you're filming here today. That runs for 4 weeks, but it's a year-round year-round job, I should say. And we also have a mail order business where we sell the bulbs and many other perennials through a mail order service online and through catalogues and so forth. So my job as a managing director, I'm responsible for all the administration and managing the Tulip Festival overall. I have a day-to-day manager, but obviously the buck stops with me being the managing director, so I've got to make sure that we line everything up and get all the jobs done and so forth. And then during the festival, when it's running, I just oversee my manager to make sure that they're achieving everything that they need to be achieving.
And you said you're selling the balls online. Where do they mostly go?
Only Australia-based, so majority of our product is sold to Victoria, New South Wales, and then spread amongst the various other states as well. So,
may any export in the future?
It's a little difficult because of the quarantine and the different climates as well. So it's a little difficult to do that. So.
What's your favorite Dutch food?
Well, during this time of the year, obviously, with all the different stall holders, especially on our Dutch weekend, there's lots of different foods to choose from. I think my all-time favourite would probably have to be the poffertjes. You know, having grown up, so over the last 35, 36 years, every Tulip festival, it's one of my favourite desserts. You get a plate, or maybe a few plates over the whole festival. I managed to get a few in. That'd be my favourite, the poffertjes. And then probably the croquettes, second favourite. And then maybe the stroopwafels. And then maybe some frikandellen.
Yes.
And the reef cakes as well. So there's a bit of a list of them, but poffertjes is definitely top of the list.
Blueberry cheese in Mornington. So just after production day, I'm really happy to see you guys here. I've been a migrant in Australia for quite a few years now, 12 years we are talking, and migrated here with my brother, my twin brother, Taras, from Ukraine. So we've started making cheese in this factory 7 years ago. So we've got a cooker which basically cooks the milk or gently pasteurizes the milk. That's 600 liters at the time we do. After the pasteurizing the milk, the cooking the milk goes into making cheese or yogurt or kefir. As I've learned back long time ago from my grandma, temperature and the culture and a good ingredient milk. The freshest you can get, the best. We came to Mornington once and we absolutely loved the location, we loved the bay, everything about the beaches here, and we set up for cheese manufacturing and we started making cheese. Our family, our parents came as well to help once we set up here to help us to grow this business. Yeah, we are doing a pretty good job as a family team. This stage actually we're doing after culturing the milk and renneting the milk to set the milk, and then we're cutting. We're doing for the whey expulsion to get the water out, way out of the product, so we get a curd much drier. After cutting, we'll be starting cooking this curd, so we get as much whey out of the cubes as possible. After cutting the curd, we let it sit for a bit, just to rest. All these cubes will come together, will fuse together.
Okay, yeah.
Once they've been cooked. And that's what creating your beautiful cheeses. We're making Dutch cheese today. So this cheese we'll be enjoying eating, sampling probably in 6 months. We'll test it and sample it, and if it's ready to be sold, it's 6 months maturation period. This Dutch recipe, when I was attending a uni back home, we had a teacher teaching us how to make this cheese, and that's the original Dutch recipe for Dutch cheese, and that's what we used to call in Ukraine. And I've learned it in Ukraine, and now I'm making it here. We like to make cheese because it's something we've learned back home. It's something been happening for years as a tradition in our family. Our grandma used to make cheese. We are graduates of the agricultural engineering university, majoring in food processing, particularly in dairy technology. So we've done this back home, and that was our passion and our life back there. Once we cut the cheese, we need to get as much moisture expulsion from the cheese cubes, and fuse them together once we cook in it. So after this cutting stage, we'll be cooking the curd, and we need a very gentle heat, to apply very gentle heat, so the cheese still stays nice and moist and sweet once it's matured. As you see, it's everything handmade and looked after very well. So this process enables us to actually look after every single batch we create. Our philosophy is preservative-free product, no additives, nothing whatsoever added to milk. Everything controlled by human being. It's only small batches made, and we create basically product out of as a major ingredient milk and some culture introduced to the product, and that's about it. Stirring the cheese to get more moisture out. You have to be extremely gentle on the curd. As you see, you don't want to break any of the cubes. So, and we'll be cooking this cheese very soon. The whole process depends what variety you make and how long you have to cook it for. But from inoculating milk with the culture and cutting and cooking and hooping it, it's about 3-hour process, 3-4 hour process. And then we have to turn the baskets as well to turn the cheese, make sure it's nice and shaped, and then mature for a long time. Once you've done this today, that's the easy part. Cool room or refrigeration does all the job, and it's all maturing nicely in the cool rooms. Our customers are mainly health food people who enjoy more of the health benefits of the product and watching their diets as well, making sure it's not mixed with anything else. They are mainly farmers markets customers, deli shop, delicatessen shop customers, some boutique little shops. Directly from here we as well sell product from the factory, so it's all quite small at this level. Everything we pretty much do, we make once a week in the soft varieties, and with the excess milk, whatever we've got extra, we just do turn into hard cheese. Ready for the next stage soon, just hooping the cheese and collecting all these beautiful particles, which we call cubes or cheese cubes. Gotta collect them and fuse them together. What is the cheese? Cheese is a dry matter of the milk, coming from milk, of course. So we get protein, fat, all the minerals in those cubes locked up. The difference with harder cheeses or semi-hard cheeses, cooked cheeses and soft cheeses, is that soft cheeses we don't have to mature, and they're much higher in moisture. They're very healthy products to have on a daily basis, because they would be much lower in fat as well. It's still sort of cooking and rounding a bit, but it's getting quite dry, and that's what I call cheese fusing together. So it's ready for hooping pretty much. Of a busy period of times in summer when it's a lot of milk on the farms, and preserving it, turning into cheese to use over winter time. And you eat more cheese in winter get more nutrients into your body and enjoying it with the bottle of wine next to the fireplace. That's the plan. We turn the cheeses once they are ready. As you see, it's got to be nice and evenly leveled, nicely leveled in the basket. On the market these days, in smaller deli shops and at the farmers markets, we promote and we market it and sell it to the public. So we've got yogurt, kefir, a lot of fresh cheeses, variety of fresh cheeses and mature cheeses made in the premises. And we enjoy making every single bit of it. That's kefir. And a lot of Dutch people will know it by the name of
Karnemelk.
Just plain milk is a culture, which is extremely beneficial for your digestive system. My grandma always believed that, she's 89 now, and she always believed that this is what keeps your guts healthy. It's contributing to your digestive system, helps you to get rid of all the bad microflora from the intestines, and very, very good product to have. I've been to Amsterdam, but only for a short term. I've enjoyed the people, I've enjoyed the vibrant society, beautiful fresh small goods, salamis, meats, smoked meats, beautiful cheeses, mature cheeses out of unpasteurized milks as well.